Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's 5-minute life hack. Some of you will notice I do have quite a black eye. I did not get in a fight, but I was wrestling with my 9-year-old, and he won. Anyway, appreciate it. Thanks for jumping in today. Sorry, it's been a couple of weeks. Summer tends to get like that once in a while. So, wanted to report back on something we call the 7P's. And put this out there just so you guys have a feeling for it, but it's a lot, so I'm gonna fly through it, but hit some pretty important points, I think. So first of all, we talk a lot in our organization about being 1% better every day, and that applies to everyone, and that includes myself, Mike, managers, everyone in the whole company. And so I wanted to report back on some accountability on what some of the things that we and I are doing to try and do that. We're part of something called the Tugboat Institute, which takes some real time and takes some effort and costs, but it's important because it really espouses all the business principles that we believe in. And so we get to meet with other CEOs and company leaders of similar companies like ours that care a lot about our people and are trying to do business a certain way. And I'll explain that a little bit to you, but they have something called Evergreen. They call us Evergreen companies. These are companies that last and last and last and last. And it has 7 core principles, and they call them the 7P's. So I wanted to walk through that with you because I think you'll recognize a lot of these in the way we do business, and hopefully all of them, as we continue to try to be the best long-term, long-focused, employee-driven company we can. So the Evergreen 7 principles are purpose. We have a compelling reason for existing, a North Star above all else. And we talk about this quite a bit, whether it's hungry, humble, smart, or some different ideas there, but we really try to be customer-centric, but also really employee focused, and we know we're in business to do those things. Perseverance, having the ambition and resilience to overcome obstacles and keep pursuing the purpose indefinitely into the future. For a company to last 100 years or 250 years, as we talk about, we have to regenerate ourselves many, many times, just like trees and things do in nature. And so we're going to have to out-invent ourselves and basically put ourselves out of business in some ways, whether it's products we used to offer aren't really needed in the marketplace anymore, or we now offer a better, more innovative product. That's kind of what it's talking about there. People first, engaging a workforce of talented associates who excel as a team and are motivated by the purpose and culture, as well as by total compensation, in the belief that by taking care of them, they will take care of the customers, suppliers, partners, communities, and their families. So again, we try to have a much bigger vision of business. This isn't just a job. This isn't come punch a clock. This is, we want to improve everyone who works for us, and they in turn will improve themselves, their families, their communities. And we've talked about that on a couple other episodes. Private, this is one you probably don't think about much, but I want to explain this one a little bit. Taking advantage of the ability of closely held private companies to offer a longer term view, greater confidentiality around strategies, and more operating flexibility than public or exit oriented businesses. A lot of you probably don't think a lot about this, but some of you do. We think it's a huge advantage for us to be private and to not be a public company, because once you go public, you have to offer many, many additional things to outside investors, and they become a huge portion of what the company focuses on, not necessarily their own people and their own customers. We don't want to have to focus on investors or outside people that have nothing to do with our business or our people. We want to focus on you and us and what's best for our company and our people, and that's it. Some companies are private equity owned, which means they are trying to sell within 5 to 7 years typically. So a private equity firm will come in and buy a company, try to grow it 5, 10, 15x in 3 to 5 years, and then sell it. Many times that causes lots of problems with people. It's just not a natural rate of growth for a typical business. And so lots of things break, the stress level's astronomical. And so we really view being private as a huge advantage for all of our businesses. And that's something that's crucial to building companies in an evergreen way that will last and last and last and last, not for the next quarter, not for the next 7 to 5 years. We want to last for centuries, 100, 200 years, as we've talked about before. Profit. You may think this one's interesting. Profit is one of the 7 key factors to being evergreen because you have to have profit to continue as an organization. I'll read it. It says, not mistaking profit as a purpose of the business, but recognizing it is essential to the survival and independence and the most accurate measure of customer value delivery. So I had somebody gave me an example one time that said they held up $1 and they said, what is this? You say it's $1. They said, no. What is it though? What does it mean? What does it represent? And it's basically a certificate of gratitude. You've provided a service, someone's willing to pay for that service, and it's worth money to them because you've done a great job for them. That's what money represents in a business transaction. You do a service, you take care of someone's problem, you get paid. If you do that well, you get paid over and over and over again, and you continue to grow your business and help more and more people. That's the ideal of business. Profits are what pays for raises, and what pays for buildings. It's what pays for new equipment. All of those things, we need profit in our businesses to continue to grow. The second profits are gone, we're starting to lay off. We're starting to retrench and cut back the business. It's really, really stressful and really scary. And so we really try to have profit in our business so we can continue going forward and really, again, to serve our people and our clients. Paced growth, this one we touched on a little bit. Having the discipline to focus on long-term strategy, balancing short-term and long-term performance, and grow steadily and consistently from year to year. There's kind of this idea of there's a natural rate of growth for some companies. We tend to find in the 10 to 20% range is a pretty good pace of growth. It's manageable, but it stretches us. It helps us to grow. It helps us to advance. But if we're growing 100, 200% like some companies try to, it's too hard. It's too stressful. It's too much on the business. And the reverse is also true. 0% growth means you're not growing as individuals. It means raises are stagnant or cutbacks. And so we find there's a very nice paced growth place that we like to be. Last is pragmatic innovation, embracing a continuous improvement. You guys all recognize that word, right? Continuous improvement process built around taking capital efficient, calculating risk to innovate creatively within constraints. So yeah, we're always trying to look to make improvements, right? 1% growth, 1% better. Just do a little bit better today than yesterday. Find a way to save 5 minutes. Those types of things. Find a way to market, to reach customers a little bit better today than we did yesterday. So those are the overall 7P's. And I wanted to report back because we spent a lot of time on this in the last year or two, and it really aligns with how we try to build our companies. And we hope you feel that. And as you do, please let us know. We love to hear that positive feedback. But also, if it feels like we're falling short in some of these areas, let us know. That's the only way we're going to keep improving. And that's really our intent in building these businesses the way we are, with kind of an evergreen mindset to last and last and last. That means customer focused and employee focused. So we hope you appreciate being being a part of Aspen Mountain Partners. We sure appreciate you and all your work and efforts. Appreciate it. Go out and make an impact. Thanks. Bye.